I started my day off with Marmite on toast. I'm a lover of Marmite. Lovely. A little bit later on, I had homemade beef stew, which had been cooking overnight in the crock pot. I had that with mashed potatoes and even more vegetables. Then a little bit later, I had one of my all-time favourites, which is cheese and onion toasty. Lovely. Unfortunately, I didn't get any exercise in, but if you can count housework, then that is exercise in my book. And later on, I did a video for my other YouTube channel, Jackie Can. If you'd like to follow me on that one or take a look around, please follow the link in the description box. Do you know, today I have come to realise that I need a daily routine. I need to make lists because I seem to be going in one room to do something, only to go into another room and start something else before I've started the first one. And I've been doing that quite a lot recently. Like I'm just about to go and sit down. I think, right, okay, I've got my students to prepare. Let's go in there, let's sort it out. I sit down and think, let's get a cup of tea first. I go off into the kitchen and then all of a sudden I think, oh, the washer needs to come out of the washing machine. So I get all the washing machine.
I go into the bathroom and I think, oh, the sink needs doing. So I do the sink. I think, no, I've got to do students. So I go back in the room and then I think, I haven't made a cup of tea yet. So I go back into the kitchen and then I go to the kitchen and I think, I can do something to eat.
No, and it's just like,
oh my goodness me.
And I've been doing this for ages. And I thought, no more, because while it's in here, it's all jumbled around and I don't know where I am, and I've got lists of everything to do in my head, but none of them are just happening. So I thought today, you know, I need lists of what to do during the day and a list of the things that I need to do over the course of the next few days, weeks, months or whatever. I'm doing the YouTube videos and I'm teaching and I'm doing videos for my other YouTube channel, and you know, there comes a time when I've got so much on that I really need to ground myself and work through it. So yes, so I've come to realise that I need lists and what to do and trying to get my life in order in some sort of way. This week's recipe is chicken and bacon and mushroom pie. Oh, lovely. Really, really simple. Don't need many ingredients at all. If you want to follow along, I shall leave the recipe ingredients down below in the description box. If you want to follow along, please give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, make a comment, tell me if you've made it or not, or if you've made it before but added different things. That'll be fabulous. Okay, so let's start. Have some oil in the pan. Here we go. It's been heating enough as it is, so I'm going to add to that onions and garlic. Put that in together. You know me by now, it's just chuck it in, chuck it in. So that was a small onion and 2 cloves of garlic. You can admit the garlic if you don't like it, but it does make it taste nice. Always best to use an apron too, because you don't want to get it down your tops. I never learned. Going, and then to that I'm adding about, depending on how thick they are, these are really thin slices of bacon, so I've taken the fat off, and I think I've got about 5, maybe 6 there, but however many you want. Chuck it in. While that's going, I should get this little thing and add some butter to it. About that much. I'm using plant-based butter at the moment because it just has a little bit more healthier benefits to it. So they say. Boil the kettle for the stock. This is becoming nice and brown, I'm going to add the mushrooms. So adding the mushrooms to the bacon and the onions and garlic, let them go down nicely. I'm using spelt wholemeal flour for this sauce because apparently it's healthier. To this I'm adding one of these lovely stock pot, or you can use any kind of chicken oxo or chicken, whatever you want to use, but chicken stock. I use this because it's got lovely thyme in it. You can make your own, of course, using a carcass and a little bit of water and get all the juices flowing. But time is of the essence. We need to do this quick. Around about 200. Okay. Right, so that goes down like that. Then I'm going to add some milk, about half a pint ish. Then this is the most important part. When you add this to that, you kind of keep stirring it. I'll put that on there. Save a little because I don't want it too thick, so I'm just going to save a little and put it in as it gets thickens up. Keep stirring it. Now I'm going to add a little bit of nutmeg and a little bit of salt. If you want to add a little bit of mustard, you can. A little bit of parsley. You should really use fresh parsley, but time is of the essence and I haven't got any, so I'm just using that, so don't use as much. It's getting thicker now, really thick, so I'm going to add a little bit more of this. You'll feel it. If you want it to go really, really thick, you can, but then you don't want it to set like concrete in the pie, do you? So make it nice and not too runny, but not too thick. So there we go. Right, almost ready. Nice big chunks, put them in there. The oven is on 200 degrees an hour. Just dust the top. Don't forget, if you are using cooked chicken from your Sunday roast or from the night before, it needs to be hot all the way through so you don't get any kind of salmonella or anything like that. And once you've cooked it through again, you cannot reheat it. It's not advised. Okay. So everything's nice and hot. I have got my pastry. It's up to you what pastry you want to use. Just read the instructions. If you want flaky pastry, thin pastry, thick pastry, whatever pastries there are. I'm no expert, so whatever pastry you fancy on top, then just read the instructions. Make sure it fits the bowl, as I'm about to find out whether it's too big or too small. So what we're now going to do is bung it all together. That's what it should look like inside. So I'm going to put it in there. I'm going to cut some holes in and see how we go. Right, actually I'm going to put some holes in there now. To these bits you can just add a bit of cheese, salt, pepper, and then just bung them in the oven for a little bit so they go golden brown. Decoration. And like that. Get some egg wash, put it over the top, and hey presto. Or if you want to, just use milk. There we go. That's in there, just gotta wait until it goes nice and golden brown on top, and just fingers crossed it all turns out well. You can have it with mashed potato or vegetables, whichever you prefer. We are having it with mashed. So it's nearly ready, just had a check in the oven. It's going nice and brown and it looks lush. And so we've got potatoes on the go there with a little bit of salt for mashed potato, and we have some sprouts. Now I normally do my sprouts fresh and in the steamer, but time of the essence, we need to get cracking. And here we have the pie. Ouch, it's cooking away inside. It is Thursday, it is Thursday, it is Thursday. It's Thursday. It's a bit of a busy day. I've got lists everywhere. So I am teaching, let's take my glasses, they're all dirty. I am teaching today from 1 o'clock, then I've got to rush over to let Barney out for his wee. Then I'm going to rush back, have my dinner, then I've got videos to look at. My dinner is going to consist of jacket potato with tuna mayonnaise, and a little bit later I'm going to be having an omelette, a mushroom omelette. This morning I had some nuts for breakfast because I completely forgot about breakfast, and I thought, oh, I need to have something. I'll have a handful of mixed nuts and fruit. So that was fine. Bit of a manic day, but we'll get there. It's Friday and I need a challenge. I need a challenge for next week, and that challenge is going to be from Monday. I am going to cut out the last of my sweetness in my tea. Now, I know I can do it because I used to have 2 sweeteners in my tea, and you saw me giving up the one of them, and it tasted foul for about a week, and then I started to enjoy it. And do you know what? I really like my cup of tea now. So I'm going to challenge myself to take out the last one. So I literally have no sugar in there whatsoever. I've cut out all sweeteners in my cooking, which has been absolutely brilliant. I don't touch sugar anymore. When I was cleaning out the cupboards the other day, when I was doing my housework, I found 2 big bags of sugar. So I put them up the top, so when I go and see my mum and dad, I'm going to give them to them. I go, right, take the sugar off my hands. I do not need it. It is not in my life anymore. As far as cutting down sugar, so far I have done so well, and I'm so pleased with myself. I really, really am. And the fact that I've made mayonnaise, yay! It's like, wow, it's so excited. Anyway, I'm running on. Today I'm having chicken and bacon, mushrooms with onions and lots of lovely spices. I will leave you the link to my recipe just up here. Just click that in, it will take you to that recipe. Having that with wedges and some greens. I've got to go over to let Barney out, then I should be back. I've got to teach this afternoon just for a couple of hours. I haven't got much on today. And then tonight I am planning on just doing a little bit of editing and just relaxing and chilling with my man. Hello? Hello, Barney. Hello, good boy. Hello. Hello, baby. So I put on a pound this week. How do I feel about that? Do you know what? I'm not going to let it bother me. It did this morning when I first stood on the scales. I felt that kind of, I've got to tell everybody that I put on a pound. And so what happened then was I stood off the scales and stood back on them, stood off the scales, stood back on them, then moved the scales to see if they were different in a different place. Stood on them, got off them, then I got on my bike and did about 20 minutes in the hope that when I stood back on the scales that I'd have lost a pound or two, and it didn't happen. And I thought, uh-oh, alarm bells were going off in my head, and I'm thinking, no, this is the sort of thing that I used to do when I was at Diet Club and giving myself a hard time. I thought, no, one of the reasons I'm doing these videos is so that I can be honest with myself and to show people exactly the diet mindset that, you know, I've created over the years by going to these slimming clubs and using all these diets. That's not where I'm at. This is not the journey that is for me. I've done incredibly well giving up the sugar that I have done. There's room for improvement on my plate. As you've seen this week, I could have done with having 1 egg instead of 2, maybe 1 sausage instead of 2. I didn't need to have the bread that was with it, little things like that. And I haven't done much exercise this week because I haven't really felt like it, and I have been a little bit busy on doing other things. So I'm not gonna give myself a hard time over it. And of course, you know, your body fluctuates as well. There we go, it's another one. Ding, you're making excuses, Jack. So I'm going to be kind to myself and just carry on doing what I'm doing with the love and support that you are out there. And you know, the comments that you've been leaving have been absolutely wonderful on all my social media. So please don't forget to follow me. Tell me who you are. Just say hi, even if it's just a thumbs up. And commenting is just amazing. It really, you know, engages me, and I love it. So now we're going to move on to the shout outs. I've got the 3 shout outs this week, and they go to Nagin. Have you made that meal yet? Have you made them onion barges? Let me know if you have. And Christine Tiernan, thank you so much for your love and support. And to Sandra Davison, you're all absolutely amazing. And please keep your comments coming, because it really does mean an awful lot. Thank you. I'll see you on Monday.
I love you. I love you, baby.